Boom, what do I wake up to today? Oh, this claim was manually claimed, not even an automatic detection. Some motherfucker.
YouTube is not the site it once was. When it launched, perhaps none could have predicted the sheer scale the website would have in the middle to late teens. In 2017, YouTube was the second most visited website in the world, only behind none other than Google itself. A great deal of YouTube's success can be attributed to the start of its monetization program in 2008, which allowed for many large creators to devote much of their time and energy to producing content for the website. The program was wildly successful and can be seen as the catalyst for much of the innovation on the website today.
These are these huge media companies that just go on rampages of claiming videos because there's no recourse, there's no accountability.
Look, I'm playing Drop It Like It's Hot on a paper towel dispenser. Guess who f***ing claimed that? Music Industries, motherfucker.
So, this video will definitely be demonetized, because I used a copyrighted work in the pursuit of teaching harmony, my own harmony, but a copyrighted work nonetheless.
And yet today, it is painfully clear that YouTube's monetization system has led to problem after problem in regards to copyright law. So, how does YouTube's copyright system work? What makes it so ripe to abuse? And just how is YouTube training chimpanzees to handle cases of potential copyright infringement? In order to answer that last question, we first have to understand how YouTube's copyright system became problematic in the first place. While many YouTubers were making interesting and original content, a huge subset began incorporating already existing content into their own content. On the most extreme end, this could have taken the form of outright uploading full and unedited copyright material, ranging from songs to movies to episodes of TV shows. On the less extreme end, some YouTubers could have simply made commentary on already existing works, including but not limited to movie reviews, album reviews, and so forth. Crucially, the latter part of this content falls under fair use and is completely acceptable to use by law. However, taking notice of this material, Viacom, among other companies between 2007 and 2009, filed an unprecedented lawsuit demanding $1 billion in damages from YouTube. In order to protect the website, YouTube began developing their copyright strategy. This led to the beginnings of the Content ID system that users are familiar with today, and a claimant-centric approach, allowing for copyright holders to easily file copyright claims. However, at the end of the day, it feels like copyright holders hold all the power and are more than capable of ignoring fair use laws in order to make a quick dollar. In recent years, the system has become ripe with abuse. Some claims are not based on any legitimate grounds, and some companies claim videos left and right without actually viewing the contents of the video. YouTube's solution? The common chimpanzee. And these chimpanzees are being trained not only to deal with copyright claims on a massive scale, but community violation disputes as well. According to program directors, these chimps could be running the entire site in as little as 3 years. So, I have to admit, as someone who has dealt with having an appeal denied for a community strike on an April Fool's video, sometimes it really does feel like YouTube's system is being run by chimpanzees.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, isn't it?
You're hearing the voice of Sam Michael Darwin, former lead programmer on YouTube's Content ID system turned full-time chimpanzee trainer.
So actually, this program started up when we conducted an internal study, and it found that our employees were operating at a level comparable to an infant chimpanzee. It's not their fault, at all. It's just, they were completely overworked and stressed out of their minds, completely understaffed. Some of them just get distracted on their phones, all the time, so their performance isn't where we want it to be. So we just kind of took a step back and we're like, well, hold on, the chimps and all these psychology experiments are killing it. What if we just, instead of hiring more employees to handle copyright claims, we just use chimps?
Right, so the implication being that they would replace your current human staff and these chimps would be trained to respond to copyright claims and community strike appeals.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
Sam has given us a list of advantages that chimps hold over humans.
We don't have to pay them. They'll be focusing on the task at hand as long as the occasional pellet of food is dispensed for them. We weren't planning on changing the automated response system, so we were just thinking of training them to push a button, and that button would randomly generate a decision to be sent to the appellant, not too different from what happens now. They're a lot smaller, so they physically take up less space, so we could have more of them in the...
Okay, hold on, but...
I'm not done. So we could have more of them.
So, a lot of critics have brought up the point that this isn't actually helping with the quality of the appealing process. It would simply make it faster.
Yep, that's the goal.
So, this is pretty much about cutting costs.
Yeah, actually, it's funny you mentioned that because we saved a fortune when we replaced half the engineers with chimps. I mean, the site has been breaking a lot more recently, but, they'll learn.
Are you talking about the message that comes up when you get a 500 error?
Yeah, I don't know why people took it as a joke. We literally trained monkeys to handle those situations for us.
Sam says his program has been remarkably effective in the chimps he's already trained. They're able to respond to appeals at a rate of 74%, up from the human employee's 68%. If a response isn't given to a content creator within 7 days, an automatic notice of denial will be sent. This is in order to remain in favor of the claimant, a precaution to avoid lawsuits. When I brought up the case of my own community strike to Sam, he told me it was very likely that decision was already administered by a chimpanzee. I mean, that would make sense because if anyone had actually reviewed my strike, they would have seen that my video was a complete April Fool's joke.
Exactly, yeah, that's exactly it.
A number of vocal critics have sounded alarm bells, however, calling the program simply stupid and an ethical travesty both for creators and chimpanzees alike. Multiple animal rights groups have already publicly voiced their disapproval of the initiative, calling it reckless, thoughtless, and just bananas.
I mean, here's the thing. We give the chimps breaks. They receive financial compensation that we simply hold on to for them in an undisclosed offshore bank account. And they're chimps. What are they gonna do? Go on strike? We're basically their god.
But all this talk of chimps begs the question, why use a chimpanzee to deliver a randomly generated automated message when an artificial intelligence might as well do the same? Sam pointed me towards research that suggested that most content creators agreed. An automated copyright and community system seems cold, clinical, impersonal, and dehumanizing. He says that since chimpanzees are our closest living ancestors, good enough. Employees at YouTube have already threatened legal action. However, as they have set the precedent for the first workforce to ever be replaced by chimpanzees in all of humanity's existence, they have no clue where to begin. Sam says the program will be in full effect by the spring of 2022, and Google has plans to integrate chimpanzees into their legal and human resources department as well.
I mean, put simply, we were kind of like, whatever we did, people were going to find a way to hate us. And I don't think anyone else here knows what to do, honestly. So we're just gonna go with the chimp idea for now.
Regardless of how you might feel about this hairy situation, one thing's for certain. The chimps are here, and they're ready to work in the minefield that is YouTube's copyright claim system. Hi, thanks for watching that. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm just reclining in my chair again. So listen, I was away for a while because I had final exams, and I just wanted to do really well on them. So yeah, but I'm back now. Alright, anyways, alright, bye.